Glob here. Today we're actually going to go ahead and venture into this other server that I joined while I continue to mull some ideas over or for that big mega base that we started on the other server. Looks like we've got a nice iron farm here. It's a little bit overflowing, but that should not be a problem. I can definitely help out with that. Now we're actually going to go over and meet the person who introduced us to the server. That's going to be Miss Santa Pac-Man here, and she will give us kind of a little intro tour as well as just set us up with some starting gear to kind of give us a nice little head start. To avoid any kind of just server lag, most of the stuff is actually not built at world spawn, so we're going to go through this portal here and see what we've got set up. It's awesome that everything is already set up perfect above the bedrock for this nether highway. Looks like everything is already nice and mapped out as well with different signs pointing to different farms and things like that, so that's going to be awesome. Super well established here. I guess that this is going to be like the main central hub portal right here. But you can see those signs that already, I saw an end portal farm, or an end portal and a guardian farm, so that's definitely very cool. Let's just check out and see. Oh, a little drop there. Okay, so we are inside of a nice little base here. It takes me a minute to see it, but this base is actually shaped like a big dragon egg. So whenever you look at it from the outside, it makes a lot more sense than whenever you see it from the inside here. But you can definitely see like the oval structure and everything while we're even in here on the inside. To conserve time, I am going to go ahead and just speed these clips up just because there is already a lot going on in this server, or else this video is going to be 30 minutes long. So we're going to venture into their little village area here, and it's looking pretty nice. Already got all these nice pathways and everything all established. Looks like down here is going to be the actual like trading hall area, and it looks a lot more established, a lot more organized than the one that I just built in my previous server. So that's very exciting to be a part of this. Whenever we go back up, you can actually see some more of the stuff that's going on. We've got this gigantic nether portal. So that's very cool. This is probably the thing that I'm most excited to show off, though. Look at this base. It's just so impressive. I even honestly just stand here marveling at it for about like 10 minutes, I feel like, just because it's so cool. I'm going to pop back outside just so we can take another look at it, because it is amazing. I can't believe how cool this is. The color palette, the shape, like I'm very into everything that's going on here, and it's not even one build, it's two separate buildings, so that is pretty awesome. But yeah, let's take a look inside. So it looks like in here we've got a huge super smelter there at the very bottom. For some reason it takes me a considerable amount of time to realize that these are actually bubble stream elevators, but there we go. We actually make it up to the top and we can see that this is a gigantic item sorter. It doesn't have spot for every single item in the game, but it is humongous. It apparently has space for every item that matters. So definitely very impressive. And then this is where she's actually able to hook me up with a little bit more of the starting items. So this is just like a end chest from doing some end looting and stuff. So I'm just going to grab a sword and a pickaxe. That's really all that I care about right now. Definitely going to grab that efficiency 4 silk touch unbreaking 3 though. That is amazing. I don't really care about knockback on the sword, but we'll take that anyways. That's a good sword. I mean, it's diamond. We'll take it. Very gracious, so thank you very much for that, Santa Pac-Man. After trying to get lost in her base a little bit more, we're going to go head down and meet her, and then go down to the super smelter, cook up some steaks that she's given me here, and then we'll be pretty well set. We got some food, we got some tools, and so we're ready to go ahead and start our adventure here on this server. Alright, after getting set up with those tools, start making my way out to try to find a good spot for a base. And look at this! I've never actually seen a chorus flower farm before, so that's an interesting thing to see and just kind of come across out in these hills. Pretty simple design, it seems like. You're just going to push this button 2 times, replant the flowers, and then farm the flowers. I don't really feel like having to go through the process of actually replanting everything, so I'm just going to leave that be for now. After a little bit more looking around, I decided that I'm really just going to go ahead and just start at one of the top of these hills that overlooks the village that we kind of came into there. And I'm just going to kind of do some kind of a hobbit hole style of a house, just because I think that that's going to be about the easiest thing, probably, maybe. I don't really know. Um, but it'll be nice to kind of be somewhat concealed. So we'll just see where we can get to with this build. Now from the outside, this is kind of the initial concept of what I've come up with. So the top of that hill is where we first came in, and then I've made a couple of windows and then just a staircase leading up into my pretty much hollow hole, and I'll definitely show it off here in just a little bit. First though, more exciting, I kind of want to check out more of this server and see what it has to offer. So let's go check out a few of those farms that we saw earlier with those nether portal hubs and see what we got going on. I think first, that Guardian farm kind of sounded pretty appealing, so maybe let's try to check that one out and see what's going on over there. And after a bit of walking, here we are, finally coming up to that portal to get us into the Guardian farm. Looks like there's an AFK spot portal, and then there's actually a secondary portal, and then this one's going to lead us to the collection area. So that's very, very cool. We've actually got one AFK spot in a collection area. I guess that this AFK spot's probably going to take us several blocks above where the farm is, just so that it will only spawn the Guardians into the farm. And yep, we're looking pretty high up in the air. That looks like that's going to be the case here. So maybe let's just kind of take a look down and see what's going on in that farm. Definitely an ocean monument down there. Let's just kind of see if we're going to get some good spawns. I'm sure that we will, just because it's probably not going to be able to spawn anything other than those Guardians. And yes, they are absolutely pouring into that farm. That's always such an awesome thing to watch whenever a farm is just too good. Oh, it's so, so good. I'm just going to AFK up here for just a tiny, tiny bit, and then we'll go down and check it out and see kind of what is going on down there in the collection area. I really only AFK'd for maybe like 40 seconds, so there's not going to be very much results of anything, but still interesting to just kind of see what goes on even after that short amount of little time, and obviously I just want to check out and see everything that's going on here. We've got an entrance chest that, yeah, it's not connected to anything. That's just a thing for the portal there. And then, so we've actually got an intact monument, and it looks like she just or whoever built this just kind of put the soul sand right on top of the monument. So that's a pretty clever thing, so that you don't have to actually clear out as much of this monument and everything and dry it out, because that is such a monster of a task. But it looks like, yeah, we have actually poured some items in here into this farm, so that's actually pretty impressive, especially considering we were really not up there for very long at all. Next up, I've already made my way over to the Enderman Farm, actually, so that we can try to get a little bit of XP. And that is definitely looking like an Enderman Farm. We're going way, way, way out on this bridge, just so that the Enderman will have to spawn out here. And it's a little bit frightening, just because this is only a one-wide bridge, but that's okay. We're just going to be real, real careful on our way over there and hope for the best. But yeah, you can already see them just pouring in down there. And I've actually never gotten to really experience an Enderman farm like this. And man, I just don't even have the words. Look at how many Endermen are just dying from entity cramming. It's just insane. One swing, look at that. Oh my goodness, that's 5 levels from that 2 swings. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna kind of stand in here, get a little bit of XP for just a little bit, which probably doesn't look like it's gonna take very long, and then I'll just see you after I decide that it's been long enough, I guess. And really, again, that was probably like 30 or 40 seconds, but I just don't want to spend all my time just sitting in these farms. So that's good enough for right now. Looks like the next task is going to be, since an Enderman spawned behind us, kind of, I guess, pushing him off of this path and not letting him push us off. So this is an interesting battle. Kind of weird. Oh, and a second one, but looks like we should be good. So now we're kind of on the home stretch, and let's go back and check out that base that I had started building there. Quickly after jumping through that end portal, I'm realizing I never had a chance to make a bed and reset my spawn point. So we're right back here at spawn, and this is a hairy place to be right now. We've got a zombie villager with all enchanted gold armor and all these skeletons. And there's our first death of the server, so that didn't take very long at all. Yeah, I guess we are definitely set to hard, which is what we want, but I guess didn't really take that into account right there. Luckily, we are doing multiplayer sleep at least, so the other person on the server was able to sleep and set it back to daytime. And so at least those zombies and skeletons should be on fire and going away. It's just the creepers and the spiders that we need to worry about and try to lure them away from the stuff. But we got it back, so we're all good. Can start venturing back over there, and somehow we managed to actually bring a creeper and a spider and that zombie villager with us into the nether. That was not expected at all, but at least we managed to lose the creeper and the zombie, so just needed to kill that spider, and we're back. Got that spider head back on. Okay, and luckily, venturing back to our base, here is a nice little sheep, and I did manage to steal a little bit more iron from the iron farm whenever I was over at spawn, so just gonna make some shears, get some wool, finally be able to make a bed, and actually reset our spawn point to be inside of our base. Speaking of, here we are back at that base. So I did manage to kind of get a little tiny bit more decoration, but it is still pretty much empty in here. That's going to be something that we're going to have to work on. So we've got our little bedroom in there. This is going to be kind of our little storage room. And then up here is just a little alcove. I really don't know what I'm going to exactly do with each one of these rooms. There's not too much going on to them just yet. Definitely plan on adding more, but we have a nice little view from up here, so that's kind of cool. I think this is going to be about it for the episode. I am very excited to be a part of this actually pretty well-established server here. Should be pretty exciting. I'm excited to see what we might be able to add to it as well. As an added bonus, actually, for sticking to the end of the video, we are going to actually show a nice little picture of one of my dogs that my girlfriend took the other day. I just thought it was real cute, so I was going to tack it on to the end of this. But if you do like the content, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day. I will catch you on the next one.